to another weekly instalment of FSW, me, Maff Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on this beauty. This is Kirsty Finlayson. Now, if that isn't the definition of Asbo, then what is? She has reportedly been chased out of her own home by local residents in Lanarkshire in Scotland. For what reason, you ask? Well, she was caught having sex in a lift with her brother. Yeah, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, what a stunner he is. This is Richard. Look at him, eh? He's got an expression on his face that looks like he's permanently wanking, doesn't he? And probably from a distance, I'm guessing, as well. Whoa, relatives! I like the fact that he's carrying a can of Rockstar as well. Because it couldn't be any further from the truth, really. You can't really see him going, "Good evening, Wembley!" This is my first song. It's a mashup of two songs, Keep It in the Family and Love in an Elevator. If you look at the two of them together, right, they were clearly made by cousins, weren't they? They're not the people that make the soap, because they clearly never washed either, these two, are they? Let's be honest. And when local residents were asked for their comments, one person said, "Folk around here are sickened and we won't stand for it." He then added, "How are we supposed to watch? It's in a lift, that's just not dogging." Personally, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, we've all shagged a cousin, right? Shit, okay, just... Thought you wouldn't let me down there, Tom, but we'll edit that bit out. Okay. Check this dude out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gordon Roberts, aka Gordon the Tramp. Now, I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion because of the way he looks, which, by the way, is clearly Sprocket from Fraggle Rock. There's currently a Facebook group campaigning for him to be selected as an Olympic torch carrier. Yeah, that's the sort of calibre of society we want to show the world, isn't it? Yeah. And Seb Coe, the former gold medalist Olympian, hands the torch over to Gordon the Tramp, whose achievements include 12 special brews in 1 hour, vagabonding for Great Britain, and getting away with flashing in the park. I suppose that if he were to be handed the torch, it would be the perfect thing for him, you know? Will it keep him warm at night, you know? And he'd be brilliant at lootings, wouldn't he? And he could heat up a disregarded kebab at the end of it. The journalist who reported this story wrote, and I quote, "Gordon the Tramp has spent more than 20 years on the streets of his hometown." Sorry, his hometown. He's homeless. Don't rub it in. Don't kick a tramp whilst... I was going to say don't kick a tramp whilst they're down, but I think kick a tramp to see if they're still breathing. I think that's a better expression. You give him a kick, you know. Yeah. Gordon's alive! Nick Berry is coming... Oh, you got there in the end, yeah. Nick Berry is coming back into EastEnders after a 21-year break. That's some gap year, isn't it? I wouldn't really call it a break as such. I mean, who stays away from their home for 21 years? Yep. Yep. Morgan Freeman. So, but Nick is to revive his character Wixie. The reason he's going back into Albert Square, it's not because he's skint and needs some money. No, he's got integrity, you know, and only does things for artistic purposes. Yeah, they do. Every loser does win, yeah. That's the bloke from Red or Black again. I can't even remember his name this week, but we'll move on. I like the fact that we got that clip, by the way, from Ultimately Really Bad 100 Songs. Nick is coming back into EastEnders for a controversial storyline. Controversial, what you mean someone's actually going to say fuck? Because have you heard the swearing? Leave it out, you twonk. You know, the actual words that they've actually used as swearing. Twonk and feline. Don't get it. The storyline for Wixie's return is to kill off Pat Butcher. But you know, to be honest, looking at her, you know, she's probably going to die of heart disease soon anyway. So, you know, it's an elaborate plot. Wixie's going to force feed her battered sausages till the inevitable heart attack comes. That's not true, honestly. She won't need force feeding. So. It hasn't been revealed how she's going to go, although personally I'd like to see her fall out of the top floor window and onto Ian Bill. Taking them both out, I think. Hey, one of the Saturdays is pregnant. And talking of annoying people, Justin Bieber. There he is there, practising. Yeah, good response. There he is practising his rock, paper, scissors there. What you can't see is just outside the frame is this picture. That's actually 2 for 1. That's The Rock doing rock. Okay? I had a cup of tea and 3 chocolate hobnobs when I found that. Now, some of you will be thinking that doesn't work because the game is actually called Paper, Scissors, Stone. Bang! That's Joss Stone doing Stone whilst stoned. Right? That is a full house. Although I have to admit, we did actually Photoshop the original picture. This was the original picture. So Justin Bieber, the man with a haircut that looks like it's been designed by a hurricane, he said that he wants to be a dad by the grand old age of 25. Now I can tell you now, that is something that only a 17-year-old would say. Because trust me, Justin, when you get to 25, you'll say, 25? No, I meant 35. And then when you get to 35, so 35? I meant 45. And then when you get to 45, you'll say, I've had a vasectomy. He's confirmed that he's going out with Disney actress Selena Gomez, describing her as amazing and lots of fun being with her. Of course it is. You're 17 years old. You shouldn't even be leaving the house. Not until friction burns prevent you from having sex. And even then, fuck through the pain, man. What's wrong with you? Let me tell you, Justin, if you have kids, she won't be that fun anymore. That's all I'm saying. From one top man to another, the clothes store for the skinny jean aficionado top man have got themselves into trouble this week with 2 t-shirts that had slogans on them that were considered to be encouraging domestic violence. The phrases started with, I'm sorry but, and then had a checklist with things like, you provoked me, I was drunk, I couldn't help it, all these different things that they're saying. To me that doesn't sound like domestic violence, that sounds like Tuesday. The top men have slid their shoulders and blamed the designer. Morning Wednesday, better tick one of these boxes before I leave the house. Ashton Kutcher's a dick. That was him. The other t-shirt that caused controversy said, nice girlfriend, what breed is she? Which incensed journalist Bella Mackey. She reported, seriously, comparing women to dogs, top man? Yeah, classy, classy. Yeah, you go, sister. Yeah, well done, yeah. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Hey, who's a good girl? Do you want a bone? Do you want a bone? Not you, Richard. Not you, Richard. She's not even related to you. Come on. The only way is Essex is returned to our screens soon for more freak show viewing, because that's the reason we watch it, isn't it? Just to see how thick people can be. You know, take this man, for example. Joey Essex, a man so thick that he sometimes forgets to breathe. A man so thick that McDonald's modelled their milkshakes on him. A man so thick that I worked with him recently on a panel show, and I managed to convince him that the capital of England was Turkey. Ream isn't a word, you fucking idiot. Apparently Arj has lost some weight, so hopefully he'll be getting himself a new girlfriend. I'd like Arj to find a girlfriend that's called Tina, just so they can be invited to stuff as Argentina. If you haven't seen this spectacle of retardedness that is named The Only Way is Essex, let me bring you up to date with all the characters. Bellend. Bellend. Lapdog, but still a bellend. Knob. Idiot. Delusional idiot. Second delusional idiot. Definition of gay. The only one I'd sleep with. You got those last 2 slides round the right way, did you? Just checking. All right, we're moving on. The saviour of the show and the font of all knowledge is Nana Pat. And finally, Major Bellend and Captain Cuntface himself. That's it, you're up to speed with that one. Astronomers have discovered a new planet that has 2 suns just like Luke Skywalker's home planet of Tatooine, which made thousands of thousands of sci-fi fans burst with jizz explosions. When they obviously used the Force on themselves. I mean, how shit are those costumes as well? Seriously, if you're going to go to a Virgin conference, make some effort with the costumes. Like these 2. She's saying, honey, did you bring the sandwiches? My blood sugar's getting low. And he's saying, yeah, I've got you a kryptonite baguette, you bitch. Or how about this one? And by the way, if you have a nervous disposition, do look away now. Really? You've got a mirror, right? And our final story. This is a girl called Natalie Dillon. She's based in Nevada, USA. She's 16 years old, and she's selling her virginity to the secret highest bidder on eBay. A virgin has a secret. I guess her lips are sealed. Seeing has put her gift, as she calls it. A gift wouldn't be really the accurate description, more part in the Red Sea, I'd say. But she has put her gift on an auction site. The person who bids the highest will get to take her cherry. However, there are some very strict restrictions. Natalie is a King member, and these are her words, not mine. Natalie is a King member of the KKK. One man has repeatedly been putting loads of bids in. There he is, the face of evil. You know, even his eyes can't agree which side they're on, can they? One's sticking, one's twisting, let's be honest. Wonky-eyed bastard. There was another bidder bidding against him. But sadly, they don't take Greg's vouchers as payment. Her rules for the person that wins eventually will have to be a white Christian male who's also a virgin. Yep, there he is getting sucked off by Jesus. For those of you that were offended by that joke, don't be. Cliff Richards isn't real. So that's all from me. I'll see you next week with some more FSW. Me, Maff Brown. Good night.